fellas, not even Michael Jordan had a perfect shooting percentage when he was active in the NBA, which means it's okay for all of us to have an off night from time to time. But when it comes to fixing off nights in the sack, the answer does not lie with a sketchy gas station pill or a boner pill filled with crazy side effects. Oh, no, no, no. The answer comes from joy mode. Oh, yeah. Because whether you're happy or unhappy with your bedroom performance, why not perform even better? I bet your partner would like that. And Joy Mode's sexual performance booster is like a pre-workout, but for sexy time. Oh, yeah. It's designed to support erection quality, firmness, and sex drives. It contains clinically supported doses of arginine nitrate, L-citrulline, Panax ginseng, and vitamin C. And best of all, Joy Mode is safe and backed by science. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals. Plus, all ingredients have been studied and researched in humans. So I don't know about you guys, but I'll never go back to over-the-counter drugs after trying Joy Mode. It's small enough to fit in your wallet and take with you on the go. It's the perfect travel companion to take you to sexy town. Oh, yeah. So don't miss your chance to up your game in the bedroom, people. Go to tryjoymode.com for 20% off with promo code FratChat. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at tryjoymode.com. Great sex solved naturally. It's Joy Mode, people.
Hey, y'all.
Here we go. Now we're recording.
Now we're cooking.
And ladies and gentlemen, this week, after a long 6 days of rehab before he ran away, Simo is back and he is sober. And he's here to make amends for you with you folks. So
Yeah, sorry about that. And I guess I shouldn't tell you that I'm already 2 drinks deep. It's the weekend. I'm off.
Well, that lasted about as long as I thought it would. I do want to apologize to our intern Jimmy. While Simo was drunk, he peed on your computer equipment. So if you notice that it smells a little bit this week, now you know why. I kind of like used a hairdryer a little bit on it because I don't want to like touch it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it might have that faint pee smell, but you are in jail, so I feel like a lot of it smells like pee, to be fair.
Have you ever thought something was the bathroom when it wasn't in a drunk stupor? Like, I've had friends open the fridge and pee.
Yeah.
Or like I've opened the oven door and sat on it one time.
You're lucky I didn't fall.
And then my friend, it did fall. It fell on me. And my friend woke up and took me to the bathroom.
Wow. And then cleaned your ass. I freshman year of college, I peed in a closet thinking it was the bathroom. I was just drunk. My room.
And I was in that closet.
I peed in someone's living room a couple of times thinking it was the bathroom.
Yeah.
But hey, what are you doing? Anyways, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1. Get it for Pete.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the FratChat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, news, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Simo Moore. How's it going, Mr. Mo?
Yo, what's up, dude? I'm good. How are you?
I am living in a dream, sir. It is. We're recording this on the weekend. Football season is back. It's been a bunch of games going on. Unfortunately,
do you have
Raven
Peacock?
Yes, I do. Have a
Did you watch the game?
You have the app? Yes, I do have the app as well. I thought you were.
Yeah, because they played was a Green Bay and Eagles last night played in Brazil for the first time.
That was a crazy game, and it was packed too, and it was cool. And I was wondering if they picked the Packers because it's the closest to the Brazil flag, so want something for the Brazilians to cheer on. And I was like, I have a feeling there's because why else would they pick the Packers? It's like,
But I don't think you're allowed to wear green in that stadium.
they were wearing green. They had green.
I mean, except for us. Like, I think that there's like a rule in that stadium. There's like some rivalry, and then you get fined if you wear green. I read that somewhere.
Really?
Like the players that typically play there aren't allowed to wear green.
But the Brazil uniform is yellow. Don't they wear green socks?
I don't know. Maybe I made this up.
I think you made this up. This sounds like you're lying to me.
I'm gonna Google this. Let me see. Brazilian stadium
Higher.
can't wear green. It says
Results can't be found. You're a liar.
It says, despite being a prominent feature in the color scheme of both clubs, neither team will be allowed to wear green on Friday's game in Sao Paulo. The seemingly bizarre restriction is due to the strong distaste for the color held by the Brazilian soccer club Corinthians.
Oh, so you're not a fucking liar. Look at you. Wow. That's weird. That's strange. I don't get it. Well,
Because I think they get fined, and they're really strict about it. What can you do? But yeah, the Ravens, man, I really wanted them to win the other night.
they lost by a toe, dude. Lost by a toe.
Literally. This much.
Like if it was me jumping, well, I would have never made that catch anyways. The ball would have fucking like hit me. But if I do have it in my hands, like my feet would have. I'm a 10.5 shoe. Totally fine. That guy has probably like an 18-foot shoe. You know? Yeah, it's crazy though. Like what a fucking game. But it was a great game, so it's going to be a good season. And both games were great, so I feel like this is going to be a fun season. I'm excited to see what happens. But anywho, you started telling me a crazy story that happened to you just last night. And I said this is good pod talk, so I think you should tell the listeners because this is crazy.
Okay, so at work, my book bag fell off my chair and all my fake poop fell out, and I was mortified.
No,
I had all these.
Sorry.
Huh?
Well, I guess the poop story too, but the other story. The terrifying story. Well, you sure the fake poop is funny too. Throw in the fake poop.
Well, I just want you to know that I have this ongoing prank with most of my friends at work that I will leave fake poop places. Like sometimes on the toilet seat, sometimes it might be like on the desk chair, or it might be like after like a kid leaves, I'll put it like on the floor somewhere and be like, is someone gonna let that kid's parent know that they have to come back and clean up after their kid? This is disgusting.
So you mean to tell me that your work bag is not full of any important documents? It's just fake poop.
Yeah, mostly.
Just a briefcase.
I buy it on Amazon. It looks so real.
Every kind of poop.
And then I have poop that floats. So when I go to my mom's house, I'll say, "Mom, I think my husband pooped in the pool again. I'm so sorry."
No.
It's like, don't let that get into the filter. God damn it.
It's like, not again.
Yeah. So my other story is that last night I go to my local gay bar, and I tend to go there before we record to like write down notes and to prepare.
As you do.
I had one drink, a small drink. I order a second small drink. I go downstairs to where the bathroom is, left my drink unattended. I come back to my drink. I had a couple sips, and I actually, like, almost instantly started feeling a little woozy. And I stood up and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm overserved. I have to go home. And so I just left. And they'll close out my tab for me because a lot of these bars know that we get smashed. So they'll ring your card at the beginning, and then if you leave, they just close you out and take 20%. So so I dipped out. I'm like a block away from my apartment. I call my mom and I'm like, I'm rushing home. I feel so weird right now. And I don't remember our entire conversation, but my mom told me this morning that I was like, oh shit, I'm at the wrong building. Oh fuck, which building is mine? I'm so confused. And I managed to get into my building, my apartment. I told my husband, I don't feel right. So I said, I just need to get like a cold shower just to wake up. Like I feel like I'm gonna keel over. So I get in the shower, and while I'm in the shower, like I vaguely remember not being able to hold myself up. So like I laid down, like I got my knees kind of like laid down, and I fell asleep. And my husband came into the bathroom and checked on me and like woke me up and like got me out of the shower, put me to bed, and he was talking to my mom, and they were concerned. And I don't remember everything. I just remember being so tired and just groggy. I feel okay today, but I was like, oh, that's kind of scary. So I, who knows? Maybe I thought to myself, maybe those were a lot stronger drinks than I thought, or
No. That is
who
definitely
knows?
that is definitely a classic case of a roofie, dude. And you left a fucking drink unattended. You say you're in a place with 6 people where your guard would be down. You definitely did the right thing by leaving. You should go back to the place though and tell the bartender, hey, this happened. Just so you know, watch out. There's some fucking creep attending your bar because there has been a thing where apparently, and this is me on TikTok last night at 3:30 in the fucking morning, folks. So bear with me. I couldn't fall asleep. Well, I was asleep. I went to pee. I couldn't go back to sleep. So then I start scrolling, and then I see that a bunch of dudes have gone missing in the last like 2 years, and their bodies have all been found floating in Williamsburg, and the cops all have ruled it accidental drownings, but it's like
Young gay men.
yeah, and they've all texted a lot of, well, not all of them, but a few of them have texted people they know, like, hey, I'm in danger, like, help me, before they've been found. So it's like sketchy as shit. And, word's starting to get out about that guy. It wouldn't shock me if he made his way over to Queens. Not that far. And there's so many murders that happen and shit, and no one would ever connected. So definitely think you got roofied. I definitely think best case scenario, you would have woke up with a sore butthole. Worst case scenario, you don't wake up at all, man. You just get tore the fuck up. Or wake up like tied up somewhere in some creep's basement and he takes your kidney while you watch. So you definitely did the right thing by getting the fuck out of there. And I don't know if next time, if something like that ever happens, you just got to yell in the bar. Say, hey, someone roofed me or something. So everybody in the fucking is like paying attention. And if you collapse, then they can call 911 or something. I'm here alone, or something. Because
Have you ever heard of the smiley face killer?
Yes, I have. Listen to the whole podcast.
I think that's more in the Midwest.
Yeah, but there was a guy I think that guy was in San Francisco, I believe. And the fucked up thing about it, and which still happens today, you'd be surprised, is that the cops didn't really want to do anything about it because it was, dealing with gay people at the time. And they were like, fuck them. Because they hated gays. So they didn't even fucking do anything about it until I think the guy killed at least over 20 people, I believe. It was a lot.
Well, in Chicago specifically, I tell my friends, like, be safe, always have a friend. Since the last couple of years, there have been more than about half a dozen or so reported drownings where young men were reported missing days before their bodies were tragically discovered. And so a lot of these young men tend to be attractive young gay men.
Yeah.
So, what can you do? But the media isn't going to cover minorities, whether you are LGBTQ, if you're black, if you are from a family of immigrants. Like I feel like the media only covers like cis, straight, white people.
Totally. And the crazy thing is that I want to say the ironic thing is that if you look at the guys that disappeared in Brooklyn and found for they're either gay or like black, Indian, whatever. So the double whammy. So yeah, I definitely think there's definitely more to it than these coppers are telling us. But we're not a conspiracy theory podcast, folks. So if we're wrong, we're just fucking comedians. But anywho, let's call out the obvious, guys. Everyone wants to head into the bedroom with confidence, feeling like the best version of themselves. But the problem is that sometimes our thoughts get in the way of our performance down there. Or maybe we feel that we're just not reaching our full potential. And what are our options, really? Do we pick up a sketchy gas station pill or prescribed a drug with a huge list of side effects? Nuh-uh, because that's where good friends of Joy might come in, people. Oh, yeah. Now, imagine a supplement you can take like your favorite greens packet that gives you that extra dose of confidence and saves you the embarrassment and hassle of a traditional erection pill. Joy Mode's sexual performance booster is an all-natural and science-backed solution to increase blood flow, firmness, stamina, and performance down below. Oh, yeah. It comes in a palm-sized packet just like this guy right here, like your favorite little electrolyte powder. All you gotta do is stir it into 6 to 8 ounces of water 45 minutes before sexual activity and watch the magic unfold. Literally. Now, not only is this the only supplement you'll need in the bedroom, but it also supports your blood vessels, cardiovascular health, athletic performance, blood pressure, and more. So even on days when you're not having sex, you can take the SPB to boost nitric oxide in your body, which not only supports your erection quality long-term, but also increases blood flow circulation, keeping you in tip-top shape. Oh yeah. This allows for your cardiovascular system to pump blood more seamlessly and effectively to the areas of your body that need it, whether during workouts, sexual activity, or your regular daily exertion. When combined with a healthy diet, good sleep, and exercise, you will greatly improve your cardiovascular health. Now, the 30-pack comes in a perforated box, perfect for your supplement cabinet, pantry, or bathroom vanity. It's the perfect 1-month supply. Support your erections, athletic performance, heart health, and overall quality of life with Joy Mode, people. Whether you're on the move or traveling, our compact sachets are easy to pack and take with you. On the go, oh yeah. And get a Joy Mode boost anytime and anywhere. Redefine your intimacy and go to tryjoymode.com for 20% off with promo code FratChat. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at tryjoymode.com. Ingredients with integrity, it's Joy Mode, people. Now, men across the nation have turned to Joy Mode with over 1 million packets taken to elevate their sexual performance. So don't get left behind.
Well, I have a quick story for you. I think I've told it on the pod before.
Okay.
But once upon a time, I was at this gay bar with my bestie in Chicago, and we had this dramatic friend. Let's just call him George. George went to go use the restroom, and he said, "Can you watch my drink? Don't let anyone roofie it." I said, "Okay." And when he went to the bathroom, I told my bestie, "Oh, I have a Tums. I'm gonna put a Tums in there and see what he says." And he comes back and he sees the Tums at the bottom of his glass, and he panicked. I guess rightfully so. That was a bad prank on my part. Sorry, George. So he went straight to the bar. Before I could tell him it was a joke, he went straight to the bar and said, "Someone put something in my drink. Look." And the bartender went to the bouncer. And the bouncer then went to the DJ, and the DJ made an announcement for everyone to check their drinks, and they've left their drinks unattended to go back to the bar and get a new drink. And this is very serious that we have a predator on the loose. And then, like, a couple weeks later, there was an article about it, and I was mortified. I was the predator, but it was just Tums. I felt so bad.
I hope the statute of limitations has expired on that. But wow, Simo the Predator. You heard
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so I have a question for you. But before I get to that, it's gonna sound horrible, but I'm just gonna say, before I get to that, at the gym I noticed today, my gym is 4 levels. It's
Okay.
really nice, but there's always a line for the elevator, and I think to myself, like, you're at the gym, like, go up the stairs. There's always so that's so funny to me. I'm like, how serious are you about your fitness if you are waiting for the elevator?
At the gym. Wow. That is
Drives me
fun.
nuts. I never understand.
Wow. That is so lazy. Even I wouldn't
But
do that. Jesus. I like
but I
taking
have so on the topic of fitness, I guess this is gonna sound like fat shaming, but I just have a serious question, and that is, okay, I let's say you had a major drug problem. I could not sit down and watch you inject your veins with heroin. I couldn't do
Right.
it. I wouldn't want to
Right.
participate. I would tell you, listen, like, I can't be around you if you're using drugs.
Totally.
If you got really sloppy drunk every night of the week and I had to babysit you, I would tell you, listen, I can't hang out with you anymore if you're drinking like that. Like this, it's too much. I can't be around.
Mhm.
So every um every weekend, I'm surrounded by restaurants in my neighborhood. Every weekend, there's the same table that sits outside, and um, there's a big group, but there's a couple people that are so morbidly obese. And I saw this one person have 2 plates. You know what brie or just it's just like cheese.
Yeah.
Like it's like a cheese like smeared
Totally.
on like
Totally.
this person had 2 orders of brie. And like I've walked back and forth sometimes and I'm so nosy. This is like the regulars, but they might get a couple entrees. And I feel like if food is your drug, like I don't think I could go to brunch with them and watch them kill themselves because obesity to me is like the number one contributing factor to heart disease. Like they're killing themselves. Like
Yeah.
you don't need 2 servings of brie to
That's
start off as a warm up. And I don't
wild.
know why this person's friends aren't saying, let's just do one brie today. Do you know what I mean? Is that mean of me to
Yeah.
say that?
Well, I feel like what is a little mean, I guess, but it's coming from a good place. So I'll allow it as the ambassador of fat people. No, no. Uh, I really think it's like it's tough, man, because sometimes you tell people that hey, you put on a little weight, you should watch out for that, and they just get so hurt by it that you know that they know, type of thing. Uh, and like I've done it to some friends. It's just to be hey, like you put on like 80 pounds. It's like I know. It's like I put on a bunch of weight during COVID. Uh, it's like you might want to watch out on that, and they just come. It's like they get so hurt. It's like, yeah, I know, man. So it's tough. It's tough to tell people, and some people rejoice in it. You know what I mean? They like being the fat guy, and some people, it's which if you're eating 2 things of brie as an appetizer by yourself, you definitely don't fit into this category. But there's the people that have the genetic issues that they can't lose weight no matter what they do. But so it's tough. It's kind of like it's kind of like going up to a woman because she might be showing a little bit and be like, "Hey, how far along are you?" You never know if she's actually pregnant. You never do that. There's a chance that it's just a pot belly, or that they just went to the all-you-can-eat taco buffet down the street, and right now they just need to go to the bathroom. So I think it's kind of like that.
Well, to give you some context, this person that I'm referring to specifically can't eat in the restaurant because all of their chairs have arms on them and they won't fit in the chair. So they have to sit outside where there's benches. And
Wow.
um and this person may be a very lovely person, but if I was the waiter, if I'm a waiter and a pregnant woman says, I
Fuck
want a
enough.
martini,
I'm making money. Yeah, this bitch
I
got
guess
two.
so. I guess so. But if I'm a,
20%.
if I'm a waiter and a pregnant woman says, I want a martini, I think I'd be a little bit like, I don't know if I should do this. So if someone is a 600-pounder and they're asking me for like a handful of entrees, I think part of me would feel a little like, am I
Well, that's
enabling? You know
different
what I
though,
mean?
because the pregnant woman is not just ruining her life; it's ruining the baby in there. The fat guy just wants to be fat, so it's like whatever. Let people live. If you want to live and be obese, and I don't fucking know you, whatever, do your thing. But if you want to get healthy, I support that. But let people live. Like when what's his face, Bloomberg was trying to ban like the giant size sodas. It's like who gives a shit? Whatever. You shouldn't be drinking that anyways. That's absurd. But fuck, 4 kids can split that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. The reason why I'm even talking about this is because we had a bunch of Italians from work visiting, and they were like shocked by the serving sizes that we have here in America. And they were like, people look very different in America versus Europe. I say, no, I know. And my one coworker was like, my Uber driver was so big and unhealthy that he had an oxygen tank. And, and she's like, I've never seen that before. I said, well,
You can't run shotgun. My tank goes there.
I said, lucky
All the
for him,
parties are
he found a job where he can sit down all day. So good for him, I guess. I don't know, but ooh,
well, if you do want to lose
it's
some
a
weight,
pandemic.
if you do want to lose some weight, this next story might entice you to, because hit it in New York City. I just got the list of the places that got shut down for health and safety standard violations, and luckily, because New York City, it's surprisingly clean, and the inspectors take that shit seriously. Only 4 places got shut down. Basically, let me see. Restaurants hit with non-food safety violations might get a fine or a lower letter grade with 0 to 13 points, warranting an A, and violations totaling 28 points or more, earning a C. Some say it's not as efficient as you think, but it keeps places clean. I like seeing an A at least. But anyways, it's usually a thing like mice, bugs or shit like that get places shut down. But I got the 4 places that got shut down. So this one is in Queens, which is close to you. It's called Go Detox Juice Bar at 15902 Hillside Avenue, and they had 50 violation points. Basically, their non-food contact surface of equipment made of unacceptable material. It was dirty. Things were not properly sealed, raised, spaced, or movable to allow access for cleaning on all sides, above and underneath the unit. Ew. There was insufficient or no hot holding, cold storage, or cold holding equipment provided to maintain time or temperature control for safety in foods at required temperature. And no, this is a juice bar, so it's all like fruit and like veggies and shit. Like, ugh. Food
God.
contact surface was not properly washed, rinsed, and sanitized after each use and following any activity when contamination may have occurred. Yeah, this is fucking nasty. Cold food items held above 41 degrees Fahrenheit, smoked or processed fish held above 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Ew. Intact raw eggs held above 45 Fahrenheit or reduced oxygen package TCS foods held above required temperatures, except during active necessary preparations. So that shit was just like essentially room temperature, which is disgusting. Properly scaled and calibrated thermometer or thermocouple not provided or not readily accessible in food preparation, and hot cold holding areas to measure temperatures of TCS foods during cooking, cooling, reheating, and holding. So they don't know what anything was.
I think I can speak for most men when I say we want to have better sex. And for the sake of our partner, we may need to have better sex, fellas. Because no one likes it when you bring a wet noodle to a barbecue party. Write that down. The issue is that over-the-counter erection pills contain unregulated chemicals, suggest unsafe doses, and include the risk of several other health problems. And who wants that? It's like those drug prescription ads where everybody's like sitting there playing volleyball at the beach, but they're dying of herpes. Not cool. That's why we partnered with our friends over at Joy Mode. Whether you're looking to spice up your intimate moments or increase your confidence in the bedroom, Joy Mode makes all natural and science-backed supplements dedicated to helping men perform better across their core functions. Oh, yeah. The trademark product, the Sexual Performance Booster, is every man's solution for increased blood flow down below, firmness, stamina, and performance of your favorite friend. It's like a pre-workout, but for your buddy down below. And let me tell you, it works. And the best part, the product is totally safe. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals. All ingredients have been studied and researched in humans. It comes in a palm-sized little packet, like your favorite electrolyte powder. Just simply mix one of these bad boys right in with 6 to 8 ounces of water, 45 minutes before sexual activity, and watch the magic unfold. Literally. Like, you know when you start blowing up an inflatable castle? It's sort of like that, but down below.
Redefine your intimacy and go to tryjoymoy.com for 20% off with promo code FratChat. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at tryjoymode.com.
Ingredients with integrity, it's Joy Mode, baby.
Now, of course, there's going to be Chinese food restaurants that always get fucking violations. I'm not trying to be in some kind of way, but in New York City, every time I see the crazy shit, it's always Chinese. This one's called the Eastern Chinese Restaurant, 2105 Broadway. They had 67 violation points. They had live roaches in facilities, food or non-food area. They didn't have a contract with a pest management professional. Record of extermination activities not kept on premises. So that means there was definitely like rats and shit running all around. And bugs. No approved written standard operating procedure for avoiding contaminations by refillable, returnable containers. The establishment is not free of harborage or conditions conducive to rodents, insects, or other pests. Exactly. They fucking have mice all up in that bitch. And food supplies or equipment not protected from potential source of contamination during storage, preparation, transportation, display, service, or from customers' refillable, reusable containers. Condiments not in single service containers or dispensed directly by the vendor. Basically the food was not protected from contamination stuff. So pretty gross. But then you get to Manhattan here. And this Asian place puts the last one to shame. And this one's called, bear with me, it's got like the longest name ever. It's called Fuzhou Weizong Wai Ju Zhang Feng Wei on 88 Broadway. I did not make this up. It's called Fuzhou Weizong Wei Ju Zhang Feng Wei.
Why did you say it like that? I can't.
Because I can't read it.
And we're canceled.
I'm trying to relate to our Asian listeners. my niece, actually my little cousin / goddaughter is Asian because my aunt married a Chinese lion, and I was a groomsman at their wedding. So cool.
So you're allowed. Okay. You get a pass.
That's right. I'm invited to the buffet. Let's just say that. But they had 124 violation points, which is twice as many as the last place. So they're non-food contact surface or equipment made of unacceptable material, not kept clean or properly sealed, space removal, like the juice bar, basically. Like they're who knows what their shit is made of, their counters are made of, but it's like some ghetto ass counters that they definitely made themselves. That shit builds up in the bottom and stuff, and then they can't clean. They also held food way above the required temperature. That should be like fish and shit, intact raw eggs, just like the last place. Uh, let's see. The food, supplies, or equipment was not protected from potential sources of contamination during storage, preparation, transportation, display, service, or from customers' refillable, reusable containers, just like the last one. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Ew. The food preparation area, the food storage area, or other area used by employees or patrons was contaminated by sewage or liquid waste. Ew, dude. That's like poop and pee.
Horrible.
They had filth flies or food refuse, sewage associated with flies or other nuisance pets in establishments' food or non-food areas. So like house flies, blow flies, bottle flies, flesh flies, drain flies, forest flies, and fruit flies, all up in them, bitch. They didn't have pesticide properly labeled or used by and it was used by an unlicensed individual. So it's just some guy that they gave like some radon or shit, and they just kept it on with like the food. It was improperly used, stored, unprotected, and an unlocked bait station was used so the mice could get in and out. Evidence of mice or live mice in establishment food or non-food areas. They had mice in the food. Evidence of rats or live rats in establishments food or non-food areas. They had rats in the food. Ah, no, they had rats in the food. Oh. And after cooking or removal from hot holding, the food was not cooled by an approved method whereby the internal temperature is reduced from 140 to 70 degrees or less within 2 hours, or from 70 to 45 or less within 4 additional hours. So that food is probably hot as fuck when you got it. Then the last place, which I'm going to read what it did first, and then I'll read the name because it has a statement. And it had 55 violation points, not as bad as the two Chinese places. And they didn't have a contract with pest management professionals in place as well. So record of extermination activities not kept on premises. The establishment is not free of harborage or conditions conducive to rodents, insect, or other pests. The live animals other than fish in tank or service animal present in facilities food or non-food area. So they probably had like a dog walking around or a cat. Filth flies or food, refuse, sewage associated with flies. So they have flies and shit like the last place. Food supplies or equipment not protected from potential source of contamination. So that's not good. Non-food contact surface or equipment made of unacceptable material, not kept clean or properly sealed, raised space. The same thing. Could get dirty in the bottom and shit. They couldn't clean it. And they also had food, like fish, raw eggs, and stuff, held above the required temperature. And this place at 16905 Jamaica Avenue is called, and I swear to God, Carlitos 2 Panaderia.
Carlitos.
Two instead of two Panaderia. And I want to say a statement that we didn't do it. We were framed by the man whose name I don't know for this conspiracy theory, but just know that we didn't do it. And Carlitos 2 Panaderia holds herself to be the cleanest establishment in all of the East Coast. Ew, bug! That's better.
Oh.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, we are the cleanest establishment on the East Coast. But yes, those were the 4 places that got shut down in New York City. And hey, there's more than 25,000 restaurants in New York City. So for those of you to start getting like New York is gross, 4 out of 25,000, that's pretty damn good. And I've been to some of y'all's freaky deaky diners in some other states. definitely look like they need a food inspector. So,
Yeah. You know, I sometimes I think to myself, man, like, why is this food so expensive? Like, if you go to an Italian restaurant, it's like, why is this pasta dish so expensive? Because pasta is so cheap. But when you think about it, and you look at like a profit and loss statement, like the money that you pay when you eat out, some of that money goes towards the cost of goods.
mhm.
Um, some of the money goes towards the salaries and health benefits and things like that. Some of the money goes to like rent, and it's really expensive in New York, and utilities. And some of the money goes towards like routine pest control and maintenance. You know what I mean? So when
Mhm.
you go to a restaurant and everything's super cheap, they're cutting corners somewhere. And I really hope they're not cutting corners when it comes to pest control. But when my
Yeah.
friends say there's this great, like, cheap restaurant, whenever I hear cheap, I'm always like, okay, where are they cutting corners? Why is it
Yeah.
cheap?
Before we move on, because we really have to, I had the exact same thing happen to me in New York City. My buddy and I went to get dumplings in Chinatown at this place that he said were supposed to be like the best dumplings in Chinatown, and it was
Spicy Village?
I don't remember the name. It was honestly like 10 years ago,
Might have been
and
Vanessa's.
there was like and it was just said it's a hole in the wall. You order your shit, you eat it on the street, move on. But there's always a big line. It's cheap and delicious. It's like, okay, let's go. I got high as shit, so then we could go there, and I ordered so many dumplings. And I was like, oh my god, these are delicious. Yes. Well, you fast forward maybe 2 or 3 months, and my same friend sends me an article. It's like, remember that place we went to? Yep. It's like, I don't think we'll be going back again. And then I see the article, and it had gotten shut down because not only was it like disgusting, but they showed a picture of it from above, like they used a drone, and the place itself was a little hole in the wall where for the customer you could see like 2 or 3 people like working there, like two at the soup and one at the counter, and like two moving the dumplings around. Well, in the back you could see from the drone footage that there was like 4 other people working, and it was like this disgusting back alley where you could literally see rats running around their feet as they're preparing the food, and they don't give a fuck. They're not wearing gloves. There's like, raw meat on the table, and there's, these giant fucking like Chinatown rats around their feet. They're wearing flip-flops. These people literally don't give a fuck. They might as well be their house.
Oh,
So obviously the place got shut down, never to be brought back. And that explains how you can make that many dumplings in that small of a space. You can't. You got to do it in the back with the rats. So it was like some evil magic trick. And who knows how much money they made from it. But that is exactly right. If you're cutting corners, if you're making your food that cheap, you're definitely cutting corners somewhere. But anyways, it's time to get to one last little segment before we get to it, because this one is quick, just like my love life. Oh yeah. Which don't forget, it doesn't have to be, because you can always try join with it. Oh yeah, you can go to tryjoymode.com/fratchat right now. Use promo code FratChat. Oh yeah, your ding-a-ling can go from to
yeah.
a few minutes, and you'll have yourself a great evening. So again, tryjoymode.com/fratchat. Use promo code FratChat at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Oh yeah, it's so good. Makes me want to cry. But anyways, it's time for comedians roasting each other for 60 seconds. And I hope you can hang with this, especially after your evening last night. Let's see what happens here. And we're going to do
All right.
in 3, 2, 1. Mr. Mo, I got a question for you. Did you ever get a refund on your plastic surgery for your nose? Because I've realized you kind of still look like the before shot. You know what I mean? It's like,
It was a small adjustment. I should look very similar to the before shot.
Oh yeah, but the before never mind. I feel like if I want to explain it in a term that won't hurt your feelings too much, I feel like I look like Senator Joe Biden and you look like President Joe Biden. You know what I mean? It's two Joe Bidens, but like same guy, but like very different.
I feel like President Joe Biden because when you talk, it makes me want to sleep.
See, that explains it because you're so old that this podcast should be a radio show. Click it.
Yeah. You know why I drank so much last week? I drink to keep the conversation going.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's usually you actually you remind me of my cousin who actually does the same thing. Oh, okay. We'll say that one for next time.
Your cousin must be a really cool guy.
That was a great one. Great session of comedians roasting each other for 60 seconds. I'll say that one for next time. The bell means stop the meanness, folks. This is how we get out our aggressions here at the podcast. But anyways,
is it me or does buying a sex pill at a gas station feel super awkward? You know, you're like walking around and you don't know what to get. The guy's definitely looking at you, judging you with every step. It's super weird. Plus, then we got to talk efficacy. Does it really work? Because my buddy once bought a condom from a gas station, and now he has 3 kids, so you tell me. So it's good to know that Jomoid is not only backed by its users, it's backed by science, people, which goes to show that science can be sexy sometimes. Oh, yeah. Now, let me ask you something. Whether you're happy or unhappy with your performance in the bedroom, why not perform even better? Usain Bolt was the fastest man in the world, and he still wanted to run faster. So why not be an Olympic gold medalist in the bedroom, fellas? Because that's where Joy Mode comes in. Joy Mode's sexual performance booster is like a pre-workout, but for sex. It's designed to support erection quality, firmness, and sex drives. And it contains clinically supported doses of ingredients like arginine nitrate, L-citrulline, Panax ginseng, and vitamin C, which is going to make your boy down below stronger than ever. Oh, yeah. Plus, not only is this the only supplement you'll need in the bedroom, it also supports blood vessel support, cardiovascular and heart health, athletic performance, blood pressure, and general erection function. Plus, here are the game changers. All ingredients have been assessed in peer-reviewed journals, and all ingredients have been studied and researched in humans, so you know it works. And I don't know about you guys, but I'll never go back to over-the-counter drugs after trying Joy Mode. And psst, it's small enough to fit in your wallet and take it with you on the go. It's the perfect travel companion, and it's a powder, so you don't need to worry about it getting crushed in there. So all you got to do, fellas, is just go to tryjoymode.com for 20% off with promo code FratChat. That's 20% off and free shipping with promo code FratChat at tryjoymode.com. Great sex solved naturally. Oh, yeah.
it is time to get to it, Mr. Ma. Because, let's see if this... Oh, yeah. I don't know why I'm going to have bongo music in the background, but I kind of dig it. I gotta take it for today. Because people who play bongos can be annoying unless you're Matthew McConaughey tripping balls at 3 in the morning.
You want to play my bongos?
See, if you didn't run away last night, somebody would definitely play with your bongos. So good thing you did. But we're going to talk about the real world of stars, reality TV stars, and not just any reality TV stars. We're going to talk about the most annoying ones there are, because we did this with celebs, and we said this would be a great topic, and baby, we are men of our word. So this week, we're going to give you our top 10 most annoying reality TV stars. Oh, yeah. And I thought this was going to be annoying, but I'm kind of getting off on this little...
We're getting off. Just clean up when you're done.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if we're going to try
mode.
Exactly. That wasn't even planned. That's how we roll here at FratChat Podcast. But anyways, yes, we have top 10 most annoying reality TV stars. And, God, these people grind our gears. So why don't you start us off? Mr. Mo.
Okay, so have you ever watched The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Yes. I actually, I'm in like season 6 right now. Julie and I have been watching it. Once we ran out of
Okay.
Vanderpump, we decided to watch, Lisa's other show, which came before Vanderpump. And there's a little crossover in it too, which is nice. But yeah, we're watching.
Okay, so in the first few seasons, there was a guest star, I guess. I don't even want to say the word star. There was this guest person.
She's annoying.
And her name is Dana Wilkie.
Mhm.
And for those of you who do watch the show, if you need me to jog your memory, she was the one who had the sunglasses. It was like, did you know? $25,000. I know, right? Crazy.
$25,000.
$25,000 sunglasses.
Hey, you like these? They're $25,000. Can you believe that? Yeah. No, not tacky at all. Oh, hey there. Nice to meet you. Yeah, these are $25,000. Like to everybody who would fucking speak to her. And she just like would like pointing at herself, like, God, I just want to slap him and throw him into the lake or something.
She so badly wanted to be one of the housewives. She wanted airtime, and she was such a brand whore. When she invited people to her house for a game night, she kept mentioning the brands that she was wearing to everyone that walked in. They'd be like, "Oh, hi, how are you? You look nice." Yeah, I know. I'm wearing, I don't know, Versace, Dolce. I have this and that. You know what I mean? It's just too much.
So
And I just can't stand people like that. It's just
she was
annoying.
bad. She was bad when all the other housewives who were in those seasons were all of them particularly a little bit annoying, other than Lisa, who I love. All of them were like, yeah, she's tacky. Like if you have wealth, you don't brag about it. It's like everybody
Correct.
knows. It's like, like it looks so, and like all of them look so much better than she did by comparison because she was so fucking obnoxious about it, and she would talk about like her fiance, I guess, and it was just like, it made me uncomfortable. You could definitely tell that she was trying so hard to be cool, and it just made it even worse. And yeah, rich people who brag about their wealth like that are just so tacky. It's like, ugh.
Well, I could be wrong, but I think her fiance cheated on her, and while she was pregnant. So now she and her child relocated to Florida. She lives in Florida, and she's still trying to live out her glory days. She still references her brief stint of fame on social media, and she has a podcast where she dives into all the juicy tea in reality TV.
Oh God, that is. I mean, I don't want to be mean about other people's podcasts while recording our own podcast because I feel like it's kind of throwing rocks from a glass house. But you'd have to. The other alternative would be like I either listen to this podcast or you shove a bag of rocks up my ass, and that is the only way I've listened to this podcast. You put a gun in my head, I was like, pull the trigger. A bag of rocks up the ass, you can't, what are you gonna do? You gotta live with that. So I guess I'll listen to that. But it's a good Lord. Especially just people who act like that just don't deserve any fame, in my opinion. Hopefully she's grown because that is just so fucking tacky and annoying. I'm glad you put her on the list. I had blocked her out of my memories because she annoyed me so much. So that's a good one to start with. Anyways, I'm gonna take us over now that summer's almost to an end, over to the Jersey Shore.
Yiga bomb.
Fizz, pump. And the show is actually right about to come back, so this is actually a perfect plug for them. New season is like about to start in like a couple of weeks. We are MTB alumni ourselves, so I guess we can give them a free plug. But Jersey Shore, if you want to send us some money, you guys are pretty rich, so you could just give us a call. Anyways, I'm going with Angelina Pivarnik. I'm sorry, I butchered her last name. Who I have to say has brownie points in me because she has participated in pro wrestling before. So I like her. And I put her at number 5 on the list because that's the thing. I actually like Angelina in the bottom of my heart. And I feel like she was bullied a little bit the first time around, and she didn't deserve all the bullshit that she got originally. Plus, she's had a tough go at life sometimes, like her dad discovering she discovered her long lost dad, who she had never met. It turned out that he just wanted to meet her for her money. She got divorced and shit, all kinds of drama. However, now that she's back in the fucking fold, she's making all kinds of money from the show. Like, why the fuck does she have to act like a goddamn psychopath? She always has like this annoying chip on her shoulder that makes her like lash out at people. And she literally can't ever let shit go. It just like keeps bringing on the same shit over and over and over and just beating a dead horse until that fucking thing has grinded to a fine powder, for God's sakes. Plus, she doesn't release shit until she is like shit-faced drunk. So naturally, when it comes out, it's all like nonsensical and just fucking aggressive as shit. And in the most recent season, she was clearly jealous of Sammy Sweetheart, who's back, and it makes it like such a thing where she feels like Sam needs to be like thankful to her for bringing her back, and it's like such a clear ego and jealousy thing that drives me fucking nuts. She refuses to acknowledge it too, and she's like, "I don't know why Sam has a problem with me." It's like, bitch, you're the one starting it. And I know I don't watch the Jersey Shore for the maturity, but fucking grow up. Jesus Christ. Just get drunk and be ratchet without coming at the people that made you a millionaire. You know what I mean? It's like, for God fucking sakes, man. It's just a little too much sometimes. It's like too much drama, too much yelling, and it's like, ugh, I just want to see you party and be cool. Just relax.
She is the epitome of Staten Island trash.
Yeah, she is. She is. And she wants to be like Kim Kardashian, which is just tells you alone that that's like, that tells you everything you need to hear. When Kim Kardashian is who you aspire to be, yeah, she's rich as fuck, but it's like, I feel like we'll hear about her later on here.
I think so. Well, next up on my list is this guy is problematic. So you ever heard of Jim Bob Duggar?
Yes, I have.
So Jim Bob Duggar was a state representative for Arkansas in the early 2000s, I guess. Mm-hmm. And he has 19 kids. So after he was no longer a state representative, I think he worked in real estate too, but after his tenure ended as state representative, he was offered a TV show called 19 Kids and Counting. And so that aired for a while, and the oldest of these 19 kids is named Josh Duggar. Josh Duggar ultimately was arrested, I think, for having child pornography. I think it's why the U.S. Marshals came to his house and confiscated things, and he was found guilty on all charges and sentenced to 12 years in prison, rightfully so. But before that, I think that it came out, there was accusations and even at him admitting to molesting multiple young kids, some of which were siblings. And he would touch them inappropriately while they were sleeping, sometimes when they were awake. And I think that some of this came to surface. I could be wrong, but I think some of it may have came to surface on the Oprah Winfrey show, because somehow Oprah Winfrey's production team was involved in this. So
Oprah was there with cameras in the closet.
So God forbid, Jim Bob reports his son to the authorities early on while this shit was happening, but he didn't want that to affect his political career. So they've known, I think the family knew for a while. And Jim Bob was quoted saying that he sent his kid away for some time, and when he came back, he was sent to a family friend for a stern talking to. No. When you are touching kids, you gotta be behind bars. There's no rehabilitation for that. You know, and then sometimes these menaces to society get out of jail early for good behavior, and that's because there's no kids in jail. Of course, they're on good behavior. There's nothing tempting them.
Yeah, no, it's fucked. And it's crazy that this guy, having that many young kids himself, would be fucking doing that shit. Like, that is so fucked. God, it's disgusting. You just reminded me, Jared Fogle gets out in less than 5 years. He's supposed to get out March 24th, 2020. He's been in there. He had a 15-year sentence. I hope he serves every fucking day of it. They didn't even leave him a week long.
I hope he loses his wheels in jail.
It's like, man, this is crazy.
That's the terminology I learned when I was in jail. Losing your wheels means you get fucked in the ass.
Oh.
But sometimes I feel like, you know, if you're going to be touching people, maybe someone needs to be touching you so you know what it's like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Well, who's next on your list?
Man, this next person is annoying, but they're not a fucking creep. And I'm gonna take it back to the Housewives of Beverly Hills, actually. And this person, I know that Simo loves her, but she just annoys the living bejesus out of me. And it's Brandy Glanville, you guys, who I do give her slight leeway in the fact that her husband cheated on her and then left her for Leanne Rimes, which, you know, of course is going to make you a little nutty, to say the least. But first factor, she has the most annoying voice in the world. It's like, that's all I hear when this bitch talks. I can't fucking take it. Two, this bitch never takes accountability for anything. It's always like, oh, I'm just this way. You gotta love me. It all started the first time that you meet her, and they're at like some party, and her kids like pull out their wieners and start in front of everyone and start peeing on like someone's bushes. She's like, oh, boys will be boys. Like, no, bitch, you gotta teach your kids. That's called indecent exposure. I would have never dreamed to piss on someone's bush at that age. My dad would have fucking kicked me in the head. Like, you serious? He would have made me fucking clean that up with my tongue if you saw me fucking do that. And she just gets like drunk and out of control, man. Like, she slaps Lisa one day. You know, she throws her drink at someone. She's like, oh, I was just joking. You have to love me. It's like, no, bitch. That's called assault. Are you serious? You slap me, I'd slap you right back. Like, you fucking asshole. Like, no. She just, she grinds my gears. And she's always like stirring the pot, getting between people's relationships and shit. And I could do a whole podcast on this woman.
You know, there was this like huge scandal. So the Real Housewives have like a spinoff called Ultimate Girls Trip.
Huh? I didn't know that. I haven't gotten there yet.
Where like some of the housewives are no longer on their like franchise, but they might come back for like just a few weeks for this like trip, and they take a couple girls from every different franchise and they put them together, and the producers get them liquored up, and then it's like, I feel like they use psychology and reality TV against them. Like, absolutely. It lacks integrity because they're like, we know these people aren't going to get along, so let's put these people together and get them liquored up and see what happens.
To be fair, at this point, all these women have been on TV long enough to know the deal with reality TV, and they know that you're also getting paid a fuck ton of money. You know what I mean? If someone wants to offer me and you $100,000 a year to hang out with people we hate for a little bit, you know, and get fucked up, we'll be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I do it.
So they all know. I feel like everybody knows the deal. When you're signing an agreement for reality TV, you're kind of signing a little deal with the devil. You know it. It's just it's entertaining as shit, but it's gonna bring the worst out of you, and that's the point. So that is reality TV at its core. But it is fun.
Well, I think this particular season that I'm referring to, Brandy had issues with Caroline Manzo, who was a former star of New Jersey Housewives. So she's the redhead.
Mhm.
She's like my family's thickest dudes. You know that? Remember that one?
Yeah. I remember her.
So I think that Caroline alleged that um, Brandy was giving her unwanted, unsolicited kisses and may have touched her inappropriately. And there's some sort of altercation. And this season, because of this season of Girl Trip will not air. So
Really?
it's not going to show. And there's a lot of litigations. I think Caroline had like a lawsuit against Bravo and some other like production companies for allowing this and encouraging this to happen.
Wow. So there you go. See, bitch even got a show shut down because she just had to be wacky, crazy Brandy. Fucking annoying bitch. And I mean this respectfully towards all women, just so you know. I don't mean bitch in like derogatory way towards women, just like this bitch. You know, like how y'all use it. But yeah, don't cancel us. Fuck, that's crazy. I wonder. The thing is, there has to be video of it somewhere.
I'm sure.
I'd like to see just how bad it was because, I mean, like I said, they showed her on camera throwing a drink and slapping people in quote unquote jest. And if they can't show this, I'd be curious to see just what the fuck. It must have been bad. But anyways,
it's unfortunate because this Brandy, I liked Brandy when she first came on, and I thought she was so beautiful, but she's really like ruined her appearance with all the filler and all the
yes, dude,
work
her face. It's like her cheeks. Every time I see her, bigger and bigger and thicker, and it's like, dude, you're looking like a caricature of yourself. And it's like, at what point does someone? It's kind of like we're talking about getting bigger and stuff. At what point does someone just like look at you or friends say, "Hey, you're done too much to your face. You might want to stop with all the filler and shit." Like chill out, lady. You don't need all that. Like it looks fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cosmetic enhancements, this next person's no stranger to that, and you may have seen her on the first season of 16 and Pregnant, and then there was a spin-off called Teen Mom. You may have seen her in a little film called Sarah Superstar, Backdoor Teen Mom, and then the sequel, Farrah 2, Backdoor More. And to be honest, I watched some of it today. I mean, she's hot.
But the thing is, and one of them though, it's so bad. She's like trying to blow this guy, and he like has like a little like half chub the whole time. For like the longest time, it's like, God damn, girl, what is? They usually don't show the part where he has a softie. You know what I mean? That is bad editing.
Well,
everybody knows you have to start with a big throbbing wiener.
Her name is Farrah Abraham. I think that she's a very problematic person in general. She has a horrible relationship with her. Well, at least on the show, it looked like she had a really bad relationship with her mom. I don't know if she was a model mother. She was on reality TV. She had a single that came out after I think when the season's wrapped. She's an actress, if that's what you want to call someone who blows someone on camera. And she's a New York Times best-selling author, which is like crazy to me. She not only was she on Teen Mom, but she's also on Couples Therapy, Marriage Boot Camp, and Celebrity Big Brother. And I think that she is a self-proclaimed feminist, and I think she teaches like a master class on like entrepreneurship, which is like crazy to me.
What?
Yeah.
Chapter 1. Get the lube ready for your asshole. Chapter 2. Come up with a clever name for your anal porn. That's it. There is no chapter 3. It's a quick class. It takes 16 minutes. Costs you $10,000. What? Entrepreneurship? Let me tell you, there's no anal in entrepreneurship. Let me tell you that. There's a lot of letters in entrepreneurship, and anal is not one of it. Wow. That is wild to me. And then the sad thing is, there's probably dumbasses that take it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I've seen her on stuff. She must know what she's talking about. No, bitch. Scamming you.
I would take a master class from like Steven Spielberg.
Totally. I did like Julie for my birthday got me a master class on stand up from Steve Martin, which is fuck yeah, dude. He was epic.
So cool.
And also the membership was like unlimited. So I did the master class for screenwriting from Judd Apatow and shit, like real good people. Farrah Abraham though. No, man. I don't mean laugh at hopes and dreams, but woo, you gotta be a real grade A sucker to give her money for that. Oh man. Anyways, the backdoor team up. That's so great. I'm gonna go with another person that actually started her fame on her knees, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to go with Kim Kardashian. From obviously, we all know Keeping Up with the Kardashian, and now the Kardashians. It's been going on for 25 fucking years. And her following her rise in popularity from the Ray J sex tape, she got her own reality show. So she is literally a lady that blew her way into stardom. Because I'm not gonna lie, for research purposes only, you know what I mean? I've seen that tape about 678 times, and it was pretty good. I was like pretty jealous of you, good old Ray J. But people are mad these days that the Hawk Tuah girl got famous off a BJ joke. Kim Kardashian actually Hawk Tuah'd her way to fame. So maybe give the Hawk Tuah girl a break, people. She just had a sense of humor.
So did her friend Paris. Her friend Paris was like, you know what? I should jump on this bandwagon.
Totally. But at least Paris was already rich and famous. You can at least say that she was just bored. Drunk and bored. But Kim, literally sexed up her way to the top. And the thing with her is also the way she talks. It's always like so drawn out and like it really sounds to me like she's talking to slowly release a fart as she's mid conversation, and for you not to realize it. So be like, and she's like, Chloe, I feel like, and then the fart is going. And when she's finally done the conversation, she leaves the room, and you're just kind of like, what the hell is that? What the fuck? Where's
and
that?
That's a big ass for a big fart.
I hear when she farts real loud, and her ass cheeks just clap. Really like.
It's probably those farts that sound like this. Because she's got a stretched out butthole.
That's true. I feel like they could sound like. Big ol'
Yeah.
Oh man, I still wonder because I know what's her face, her sister Kendall. Kendall has the fake butt, right?
That is Kylie.
That's what Kendall's the natural, beautiful. Yes. Kylie has the fake butt, but I wonder if Kim's is fake. Or she just like figured out the giant ass workout or something, or I don't know. I'm curious on that one.
Kris Jenner's got a big ass. Chloe's got a big ass. They might just be genetically blessed. I mean, even if it wasn't for, I mean, I don't like Kim Kardashian, but if it wasn't for the enhancements, I'm sure that she would still be a beautiful girl.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's actually pretty, and she was pretty young. The one that I actually like is Courtney, because I think she's beautiful, and I'm sure she does like Botox and shit, but she was always beautiful, and she looks like she got the least done. Meanwhile, Chloe is like fucking totally different person. She got everything done, and Kendall is absolutely beautiful. But from the original three, Courtney is my favorite by far. I think she's so hot. It doesn't look like fucking the $6 million man and enhancements. So, but Kim, I can't hear someone who talks like this all day long. Simo, it annoys me. It's like, God, get on with the fucking sentence. And what's that smell?
Oh God. She started off organizing rich people's closets when she was younger.
Yep. Which I will say, she has good fashion taste. No one can knock that from the girl. And she was like Paris Hilton's assistant and shit. But you can tell she just wanted fame. That was her dream. But the thing is, like,
got it.
They became famous for like doing nothing. Like they just had a reality TV show and they built a fucking, she blew Ray J, got reality TV show, and then like just lived her life. And I don't know. Once she got with Kanye, she became so mainstream. And now there's no stopping her. She's even fucking been to the White House, for God's sakes. It's like, who knew,
Well, I have to say that the Kardashians are known as the first family of reality TV, but I disagree because the first family that I watched on reality TV was the Osbournes. Remember the Osbournes?
Yeah, I loved the Osbournes, dude. They were so good. I actually... back in my PR days, I did a little campaign with Jack Osbourne, and I have a clock that his production company gave my team, and I got to keep it because I did most of the work on it. I got to speak with him over the phone. I never really met him in person, but I had talked to him before because he has multiple sclerosis, MS. And at the time I worked in PR, I was working with this company that made this MS drug and that he used, and so we're marketing and shit, doing some campaign around it. But yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's grown up a lot. He's gotten a lot better shape, and I was impressed with him on that show, Special Forces, or is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. But he had to leave because he had some health issues. But
and that's the MS.
Yeah, I was so
to begin with, dude. The MS really fucks you up. Like it really does weaken you, and you have to be, like on your meds and shit, and you have to do certain things to take care of yourself. But he's out there in the wilderness, so good for him for trying. Even so, that's balls.
Yeah. Well, on the Osbournes, my least favorite member of the family of that show, and she's grown up a lot too. But at the time of the show, Kelly was a royal bitch, a whiny, spoiled brat.
Yeah, she sucked, dude. She was definitely going through like her teenage bitch phase, but she was so annoying. Ugh. Just like she would sit there pouting, And this is like, come on, man. Your life is pretty fucking sweet. What do you have to pout about? Your palace with your 9 dogs and your rich, awesome dad.
And the dogs shat everywhere.
They did. I forgot the dogs' names, but Lola was the bulldog. And Ozzy was always screaming, like, Sharon! They shot on a turtle again! I was like, wait, what? That show really helped me understand Ozzy, though, like what he says. Like, I feel like I got a weekly training in him. So by the end of the show's airing, I didn't even need the subtitles anymore. I could actually understand Ozzy Osbourne. So what are you doing, man? You're king of rock and roll. What?
Do you remember when Sharon threw the rotten ham over into the neighbor's yard.
Yes, that was so dope. They had that feud.
Savage.
And then Jack came in and started blasting Black Sabbath over to him. It's like, yeah, they were awesome. They were so cool. Meanwhile, Kelly was like, I'm edgy and I hate my life. I have teen angst. And then she did that Madonna song at the MTV Awards.
Papa don't preach.
And she was dancing like this, which was kind of cute. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why I remember that, but
You know what's this is a little bit random, but I have a couple of friends that are drag queens, and sometimes I think that like drag queens are very territorial about their routines. So they might pick a song and be like, "That's mine. This is my routine." Can you believe this other drag queen used my song? And I'm always like, I don't think any of them are your songs. I think they were Whitney Houston songs. And I think you know what I mean? Like, so I think Kelly Osbourne did a decent job with one of Madonna's songs, but it's obviously Madonna's song, you know.
Totally. And it's like, especially at that era Madonna, it's not like if she had done that, you know, newer Madonna. That era Madonna is untouchable. It's like trying to re-record a Michael Jackson song. Like,
Yeah.
it's like actually when Michael Jackson died, or maybe right before, but Chris Brown did some tribute show to him, where they had Chris Brown dressed like Michael did for Thriller, and he was like doing Thriller, and he could do the dance moves, but he couldn't hit the notes. So when he get time to do the chorus, he would just let the background singers do the singing. And it's like, that's the thing. There'll never be another Michael Jackson. There'll never be someone with the voice and the moves. You know, there'll be someone who could maybe match the moves, who won't be able to sing, someone who's a great singer who won't be able to match the moves. There'll never be the total package like that. And Madonna at that time was fucking at her peak. You can't, you know, no offense to Kelly, but she was no Madonna. You know what I mean? Like, you would need someone like Lady Gaga maybe to cover a Madonna song for it to like mean anything. So it was also big. It's just big shoes to fill. I think she should have taken a little different, maybe a little No Doubt, something else to fit her look a little more. So it's like, Papa don't preach or keeping the baby. It's like, bitch, you're like 16 when this came out. It would literally be like a crime for you to be having someone's baby. Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, her teen angst age really fucking annoyed me. Anywho, going on to now from Beverly Hills to the Valley, and a little VPR along the way. This next person just annoys me to no other because she thinks she is the voice of reason, but half the shit she does or says is batshit crazy. And I'm talking about Kristen Doughty, as I said, from the Valley and VPR, Vanderpump Rules, one of the OG cast members. To be honest, I just really think she has like some sort of chemical imbalance or something. Like there's something wrong with her. Like she's like bipolar or something. We just don't know. And the thing, and she also gets hammered all the times and just finds a way to ruin a good party with her like erratic behavior. And her like hair gets all messy. She starts like falling all over herself. It's like, good Lord, girl, you're now in your 40s and you're still doing this shit. It's like, and you know, there's the borderline racist or pre-racist reasons she had to leave Vanderpump Rules anyways.
Same as Stassi, right?
Yeah, her and Stassi called the cops on a black cast member, accusing them of theft, even though they knew that it wasn't true.
That's shitty.
Which is not only shitty, but it's also a crime. Filing a fake police report is illegal. I don't know how they didn't face jail time over it. But, you know, people kind of gloss over that now that they're back on TV. But this woman is just shitty. And she, like, will often try to stir the pot, but she gets details wrong in the stories that she's telling because she's fucking shit-faced hammered. and she just like is like slurring her words, and so people don't really understand who they should be mad at anyways. So like she can't even succeed at that. It's like, bitch, have one less cocktail so you can get your story on. Like, come on. I'm all about getting fucked up, don't get me wrong. But like, good Lord, woman, like this is too much. She's got chill.
When she broke up with Tom Sandoval,
Yeah.
she lost it. She went
She lost it.
crazy. And the
Absolutely.
entire season, watching her spiral was so uncomfortable.
Totally. And everybody was telling her she was spiraling, and she was like, she refused to see it too. That's like the problem with a lot of these people on this list. It's just no accountability. It's always someone else doing it. It's never them. They have no fault in this. Bitch, you ended up banging your best friend's boyfriend and then your spiral. Yes, you are very guilty at this stuff. And she's one of those people who will just be, oh, you still talk about that, about all the stuff she does. It's like, you're doing it on a weekly basis. You know, we're watching this. Like, there's a camera following you around. And I know reality TV has moments, but it's like, come on, dude. You're like clearly shit-faced drunk at this.
Do you remember when she told Stassi that she slept with Jax and Stassi backhanded her?
Damn.
Oh,
sweet.
wasn't that wonderful?
Like, I honestly, when that happened, I was, me and Julie, as you know, we watched the show maybe last year, I think it was, that we binged it all. So I only saw it last year. But when we were watching it, it was like, pow! Oh! I like rewinded it like 3 times. Like, I need to see that again. It's kind of like when Sandoval punched Jax right after the fact too. I rewinded that scene like 3 times as well. I was like, oh man, this is good. That was some good TV. So enjoyable. And it's funny because Kristen dated Tom, and then both of them kind of went off to just be like individually hated after the fact. Tom obviously with Scandal, and Kristen went her own fucking crazy life. And at least she's engaged now, so we'll see. I heard she got engaged this week. So hopefully that.
His name's Luke.
Yeah, that guy Luke, who I fucking hate too. He almost made the list, but he's too bland to even talk about. It's just the thing. He doesn't so much annoy me as he's just like it seems like a waste of space.
Well, I hope the best for her. Healthy girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting healthy, dude. So, anyway.
Oh no, getting healthy. We all know.
She's done a physical transformation. It's very different, you know. But her boobs has grown. So anyway, my next one I think is a little controversial because there was a short-lived show on VH1 called The Pickup Artists. Do you remember the show?
I remember that show. It was such a douche.
Some weird douchebag that wore weird hats and like head wraps. His name, I think, is Eric Von Markovic, but he went by the name of Mystery. And he would teach these like young losers how to seduce women. And some of his techniques were like kind of weird and like problematic. I think that I think that it came off really unfortunate towards women.
Yeah.
It's like, let me teach you how to lie and cheat and get into this girl's pants.
Totally. Like, be an asshole to her. Tell her she looks fat today. Now bang her. It's like, whoa. There's some steps between that. And like you posted that little picture of him for us, for me and you. He like dressed like a total fucking douchebag. Like, are you Prince? Are you Christopher Columbus? Like, what is it with the puffy shirt and like a beanie and like a fucking giant scarf and all different colors? So it's like a giant clash. Like, you look like a candy bar, dude. Like, what the fuck are you? I don't understand. And he had the king of douchebag. Yeah, that little fissure right here under your lip. That and just that. No goatee, nothing. Just like the missing part.
Luke Perry made that famous when he was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie. And so, like, That's so old school. He looks like a fucking pirate. I just like a little butt pirate. I can't.
Yeah,
I
he
can't
looks
with
like a
him.
gay pirate. He looks like an emo pirate. He's wearing a beanie and a pirate costume. It's like, what are you doing? And only certain people can pull off that little chin thing right there. You know, like I even tried it in high school once to look a little older. I was like, nope. 4 days later, I got rid of it. Most people can't. You got to be a special kind of dude, maybe with a bunch of tattoos and jacked. But I don't. Not even then. I don't know. Like a pro wrestler. But yeah, no. What a fucking douche. Like, and dudes who like are like that. You know that like, oh, hunting women is a strategy. It's so easy. Just follow my tips. Are always the biggest fucking cockbags, and they always probably have like some weird STDs that you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
Like, they used to be that guy who did that book, I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. And I read that freshman year, and I remember being like, oh, this guy's so cool. But then I thought about it like in hindsight as I got older. It's like, that guy's fucking gross, dude. Like, what the fuck? That dude definitely had like at least HPV. Definitely some warts that go away, you know, every once in a while. But
Yeah.
it's this whole like treating women like shit thing. And it's like, come on, dude. That was never my move, at least in my younger days, my single days. And I hate people who are like that. It's not a fucking game, bitch. It's people's lives.
Yeah.
However, he would make a fun Halloween costume, I have to say. He looks like a fucking wonder if anybody would get it. But like, look at that. He's wearing like 9 rings. Like, what a douche. What a douche.
You know those like big warehouses that have like the Halloween stuff that pop up every year for like a few months?
yeah.
Doesn't he look like he would manage one of those?
Yeah, absolutely. He spends time between there and the Hot Topic down the street. It's definitely
Yeah.
what he does. And that's where he goes, picks up chicks with his quote unquote cool plans. And I guarantee you they're mostly underage. This guy definitely should be watched if somebody looking like that walks into your business. I'm just saying. But anywho,
Oh, I think the shops are called Spirit Halloween, right? Isn't that what it is?
that's what it is. Spirit Halloween. Yep.
Oh.
But anyways, down to my last one as well. And I'm going to keep things VPR, Vanderpump Rules, because this chick, she's the complete package of annoying people, from the voice to the attitude to her actions, the things she does, her yearning for attention, and of course, the white girl crying when things don't go her way to victimize herself. Her name is Sheena Shea, ladies and gentlemen. And her and Tom Sandoval are actually perfect friends because they both have a huge like victim complex that it's all about how they're the victim and wah. Except she does it all with this like OMG girl shrill voice. It just makes her so fucking annoying. And she's also a terrible friend. Like, she is clearly so jealous that Ariana, her fellow castmate, got Dancing with the Stars, that she barely even tries to hide it. And Chicago, she's like, oh, I'm so proud of her, but I wish it was me. And she's also the only one on this list that I know that had an affair with the husband of someone else on another show on this list who had spoken about Brandy. And literally, then she had the balls after doing all this. Then when she gets engaged, she like goes to show it to Brandy. Like, look, I'm engaged. Like, looking for congratulations. Like, bitch, that's the one time I was like on Brandy's side. It's like, you are the chick that banged her husband. Do you think she wants to congratulate you about anything in your fucking life? You fucking dumb bitch. Like, she just like wants the attention. And her music is clearly autotuned so badly that it's like, come on. But she is so shitty that I actually put Brandy lower on the list because it made her a little more likable in my life to dealing with this shit. But fuck, man. Every time I hear Sheena, she always finds a way to make it everything about her too. Like, it's that type of people where you're like I show up to you like, dude, Simo, I'm so sad, man. My dad died, and I don't know what to do. And they're just like, oh, I remember where my dad got sick all these years ago, and I couldn't stop crying for days. let me tell you all about my feelings. And it's like, bitch, I'm not talking about you. It's like,
She's that person. She is. And I remember she made a comment one time that was like, the gays love my song Good as Gold. And as a member of the gay community, on behalf of the gays, I'd just like to say that we don't like the song Good as Gold.
yes,
Never liked the song.
they're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you, girl. Like, this is not. Whenever it plays "Good as Gold," this is a joke, and the fact that it has that many views is, it's a joke. It's and it's funny. You know what I mean? I play it to Julie sometimes, joking around. It's a funny song, but you're not the next like fucking Britney back in her day. She's just clearly a bad person, and the thing is, whenever anybody comes at her with anything she does, she turns on the waterworks and starts crying about how she's a mom or shit. She always brings her kids into it, which just rubs me the wrong way so much. And just like starts babbling incoherently until people just drop it because it you don't want to fucking speak, or it almost, she does it in public too, so it's like you're like sitting there looking around like, what do I do? No, it's okay, calm down, don't cry. It's definitely her defense mechanism, like fucking Squid Inks. Sheena cries everywhere and starts babbling and screaming, and people stop fucking coming at her because of that. But it's like, come on, girl, you gotta cut that shit.
The difference between her and her so-called bestie Ariana is that Ariana is incredibly talented. So Ariana not only was on Dance with the Stars, but I think she played Roxy in Chicago on Broadway.
Yeah, she's still doing it.
And I think that isn't she like the permanent host of like, was it Love Island or one of those shows?
Yep. She is.
So
like, she did great in Dancing with the Stars, don't get me wrong, but I saw some of her Chicago first. It's all right. If it wasn't for that scandal thing, she doesn't blow up the way she does. It's okay. But to be jealous of your friend getting cheated on by her 9-year-old partner, it's like, bitch, like, what do you want your husband to cheat on you? Or is that what's thrown on, that your affair didn't make you a star? Because Sheena was a like celeb fucker for a while too, and then she obviously got with Brandy's husband. I think that's what she's mad. She's like, I had affairs. Why did no one fucking care about me? Like, there's interviews of Sheena going on, but right before VPR becomes like a hit, where she's talking about like to any reporter that will listen about her sex romps with John Mayer, and John Mayer's like, please stop talking about me. Like, it's like, dude. So yeah, I think there's so much jealousy there, and Ariana is the type of person that is, which happens a lot in life, right place at the right time, baby, and she's fucking taking advantage of those opportunities. Who the fucking blame her? And as a friend, you gotta just be happy for her and not, yeah, but I wish it was me. Like, bitch, like, fuck, work at it, doing it yourself. Like, what are you doing? So,
you know what I think is probably a big slap in the face. So Ariana was friends with Sheena forever, and Sheena kind of brought Ariana on the show, right? But Ariana now, I think it might be closer to, or my assumption is she's closer to Katie Maloney, because they opened up that sandwich shop together.
But I hate Katie too, don't get me wrong. She almost made this list, but I don't think she's as much annoying as she's like spiteful and hateful and just like,
Yeah.
ugh. So ugh. It's like, I don't know if it was an upgrade or a downgrade to go from Sheena to Katie. That's just me. But anyways, that was our list of the top 10 most annoying. Let's get the bongos back. Yeah, the top 10 most annoying reality TV stars, brought to you by the FratChat Podcast, which is brought to you by Joymoon. Try joymoon.com/FratChat. Save 20%. That's right. Get free shipping. Use promo code FratChat. Oh, yeah. But let us know what you thought about our list. Did these reality TV celebs annoy you as much as they annoyed us? Are there any that make your list let us know. Shoot us an email at fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on all social channels at FratChat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on Threads. That's on YouTube. That's on Twitter/X. You can give me a follow as well. Check out my website, carlosgarciacomedy.com. You can also give me a follow at Carlos Does the World on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Threads, on YouTube. For Twitter, you can do Carlos Does World. And you can follow my good buddy Simo there, chris.moore.comedy. On Instagram, on the TikTok, and see more comedy on Twitter/X. Oh, yeah, Bago Man, hit it. Anyways, we are done here. So, Mr. Mo, why don't you please get us the fuck out of here?
Yo, I motion to adjourn this meeting.
And I second. All right, you guys, we'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts and time. And watch your drinks. It's a Frat Chat Podcast. See ya.
Ciao.